Chapter 1201. Seeing Zhao Liguo's firm expression, Ding Dabuo was slightly taken aback. He seemed to see himself just now in Zhao Liguo's eyes. Just now, he also had this kind of firm eyes, holding the determination to die. Could it be that this shadowless villa is also an entrance to the dragon sect? Ding Dabuo doubted in his heart. After all, there are 13 entrances in the dragon sect, and there is no connection between each entrance, let alone knowing each other. Zhao Zhuangzu, I can take the liberty to ask, what is the relationship between you and Mr. Chen? Ding was not very curious and asked Zhao Liguo. Zhao Liguo hesitated, then shook his head. Master Dinggu, forgive me for not being able to tell you, but I am willing to go through fire and water for Mr. Chen. Ding didn't see that Zhao Liguo didn't say anything, so he didn't ask any more, so he said, since Zhao Zhuangzu is so sincere, please come in. Ding did not invite Zhao Liguo into the Valley of the Wicked, but just when they were about to enter the Valley of the Wicked, they saw a group of people hurried over. When he saw the person coming, Ding Dao knew him at once, and hurried up to meet him. Elder Su, why are you here? Ding Buya was very surprised. Why did Su Chongsheng come? Ding Guzu, our Guzu is in trouble. As the elder of Yaoshengu, how could I not come? You risk yourselves for the sake of the owner of the valley, and we, Yaoshengu, can't watch it. Su Chongsheng said. Elder Su, that's not what I meant. You are all alchemists and pharmacists, you shouldn't take risks. In the future, I will count on you to concoct alchemy and prescribe it to heal us. Ding didn't know that David was the owner of Yaoshin Valley. However, most of the medicine gods are alchemists and pharmacists. Even if they have strength, their realm is not very high. For these people in Medicine God Valley, it is more suitable to make alchemy to heal the disease than to let them fight and kill. I brought people this time just to be able to heal you in time. In addition, I also brought some medicinal herbs, which can improve the combat effectiveness. Su Chongsheng said. When Ding Dao heard it, he was immediately very happy. Zhao Liguo and Su Chongsheng were invited in. As for Zhao Liguo and Su Chongsheng, the two have known each other for a long time. During this period of time, Yaoshengu provided many herbs and medicinal herbs to Wuying Mountain Villa. With Zhao Liguo and Su Chongsheng leading people to join, Ding Dabuo's heart has a lot of confidence. Inside the Demon Tower, David is cultivating desperately. As for the upcoming battle of the century outside, he must not be aware of it. The heart condensation technique ran quickly, and the spiritual energy poured into David's body, which was then converted into spiritual power by the condensing heart technique and stored in his danshan. It's just that David's danshan is like a bottomless pit. He desperately absorbs spiritual energy, but he can't see the changes in his danshan. With the improvement of realm, the aura that David needs to practice increases exponentially. David wanted to break through to half-step Wuhao, but he didn't know how much spiritual energy he needed, let alone Wuhao. Time flies, and in the blink of an eye, another 3 days have passed. Luo Jinzuo took many sect families in Mobei and rushed to the Valley of the Wicked. And many people from sect families in Kyoto came to watch the fun. Now that the gauntlet has been officially issued, and the official does not care, other sect families will also come to see the excitement. Master, the Luo family has brought people to the Valley of the Wicked. Shall we go take a look? The housekeeper asked Ningji. Of course I'm going, why don't you watch this kind of battle of the century, and this is still my masterpiece. Ningji's face was full of pride, and then he asked, have you arranged all the people I asked you to arrange? It's all arranged, everything is arranged according to your instructions. The butler cautiously replied. That's fine. Ningji nodded. The housekeeper lowered his head slightly, and in front of Ningji, the housekeeper was worried every time. The longer he followed Ningji, the more unfathomable the scheming of the eldest young master of the Ning family in front of him. In front of him, every word must be cautious. Chapter 1202. Valley of the Wicked. Ding Dabuo took everyone to the entrance of the Valley of the Wicked. Luo Jinzuo took hundreds of people from the Mobei martial arts world and rushed to the Valley of the Wicked. The two sides yearn far and wide, and the swords are drawn. The scene was full of gunpowder. Many people watching the lively, all ran to the hills on both sides, waiting to watch a century war. Master Ding Wu, if you hand over that David now, I can open up the net and spare you the Wicked Valley. Rajanzo took 2 steps forward, then sneered. Stop talking nonsense, this is the territory of our Valley of the Wicked. You have come all the way, haven't you heard the saying that Qianlong can't overpower the local snake? Ding Busy pointed at Luo Jinzuo and roared. Humph, I'm afraid you can't even count as a local snake in the Valley of the Villains, right? Luo Jinzuo snorted coldly, and then said contemptuously, I'll give you 2 minutes now, if you don't hand over David. I must let the blood flow into the river. Just rely on you shrimp soldiers and crab generals? Dare to make mistakes? Ding Bulletin's eyes narrowed. Ding Busy, since that's the case, let me teach you what you can do. At this time, behind Luo Jinzuo, the young sect master in his 30s jumped up. Ding Busy looked at the young man who suddenly rushed up, and couldn't help sneering, is there no one in your Mobei martial arts world? Send a little boy to die. Compared with Ding Busy, this sect master, who is only about 30, does appear to be a little smaller. Ding Busy, you're not just a half-step marquis, what's so great, strength is not divided by age. The young man looked at Ding Busy coldly, I am Fang Xingyu, the head of the Xingyu sect. Today, let me learn whether the 4 villains in the Valley of the Wicked have gained their reputations. This young man signed up for the account himself, obviously wanting to use this opportunity to increase his popularity, and also to increase the popularity of his sect. This made it much easier for him to recruit disciples. Are you here to advertise yourself? Ding Busy said with a sneer. Stop talking nonsense, do you dare to fight with me? Fang Xingyu yelled. Even if you fight with you, the price will drop, but if you don't fight with you, I'm afraid you will never know that you are a waste. Ding Busy looked at Fang Xingyu coldly. What did you say? Fang Xingyu was furious, and then the energy in her body erupted, and the tyrannical energy condensed in Fang Xingyu's hand. Old things, your time has passed, and today I will let you taste my power. Fang Xingyu roared angrily, and then slapped Ding Busy with her palm. Fang Xingyu's aura was incomparably tyrannical, obviously reaching the strength of a half-step marquis. I didn't expect that at such a young age, he has already reached the realm of a half-step marquis. You don't even look at it. If you set up a sect at the age of 30, your strength will definitely not be low. I haven't seen this young man on the free and easy list. With such strength, there must be a place on the free and easy list. The people watching on the top of the hill were all talking in a low voice. Humph, even before the hair is fully grown, you dare to be presumptuous. After Ding Busy finished speaking, he raised his hand calmly and greeted him. Boom! A huge explosion sounded, followed by a huge energy spread around. Fortunately, the people watching are also experts. If they are ordinary people, the energy that spreads out can also shock people to death. Fang Xingyu's face changed, and then her body flew straight out, drawing an arc in the air. Then a mouthful of blood spurted out and fell heavily to the ground. This? How is this possible? Fang Xingyu couldn't believe that, as a half-step Wahao, Ding Busy defeated him so easily. Chapter 1203. How could this be the case? The same realm, this strength gap is too big. Everyone looked at Fang Xingyu's embarrassed appearance and couldn't help sneering. Sure enough, I'm still young, I don't understand the same realm, and the strength is also 1,000 miles away. I've only just stepped into the half-step marquis, so I can't wait to challenge the other half-step marquis. Isn't this courting death? Ding Busy has been in the position of Banbu marquis. He has stayed for more than 10 years without breaking through. Such a Banbu marquis cannot be compared to others. Everyone mocked Fang Xingyu, making Fang Xingyu lose all her face. Umobei martial arts world, the strength is only the same, is there anything else you want to try? Ding Busy glanced at Luo Jinzuo and the others with disdain, and then continued, if you don't want to try, then get out, if you annoy us, don't want to leave. Ding Busi's words instantly made Luo Jinzuo's gang infuriated. Ding Busy, a doll, how can you represent our entire Mobei martial arts world? Since you say so, let me teach you 2 tricks. At this time, an old man wearing a white training suit slowly walked out from the crowd. Judging by the age, the old man was about the same age as Ding Buletin Si, but the old man's hair and beard were all grey. Seeing the old man stand up, whether it was Ding Busy or the others in the Valley of the Wicked, their faces became solemn. Because the aura emanating from this old man has already faintly reached the realm of Marquis Wu. Even if it is not Wu Hao's strength, it must have reached a bottleneck, waiting for an opportunity to break through. Ding Buletin faced the old man in front of him in all directions, obviously not his opponent. Ding Busy, do you want to do it? I happen to borrow your villain's valley to accompany me to practice my hands, maybe it can help me break through. The old man jokingly said to Ding Busy. Ding Busi's face was ugly, and he didn't move, because he knew that his shot was not the opponent of the old man in front of him. Since you don't do it, then I'll do it first. After the old man finished speaking, the breath on his body surged, and his grey beard and hair stood up. Soon, the old man's body was surrounded by bursts of white mist. The old man's whole person is like a fairy descending to earth, and his aura is rippling. Fourth, come back, I will meet him. Ding Bubai stepped forward and called Ding Busy back. Ding didn't dare to be careless when facing the old man, and the majestic aura on his body also began to condense. Ding Buya was in the realm of Marquis, and the entire Valley of the Wicked was famous because of Ding Buya's strength. I'm in my 60th year, but I'm only a half-step Marquis. What's there to be mad at? Ding Dao sneered at the old man. Court death. The old man was furious, and then his energy exploded. He hates people saying that about him the most. For so many years, he has been staying at the peak of half-step Wu Hao, and he was almost able to break through Wu Hao, but unfortunately he couldn't break through. Now that Ding Buletin Dao directly stabbed the wound in the bottom of his heart, the old man was furious. Immediately after the old man took a step forward, the whole person was in front of Ding Dabu instantly. Then the fists were swung out, and the wind of fists roared. The weather is clear, and at this moment, there is a sudden gust of wind, flying sand and rocks. The old man used all his strength. He knew that facing the Marquis Ding Dabu, he had to go all out. Even if he was close to the realm of Marquis, he was not Marquis after all, so the old man did not dare to be careless. Ding didn't see it, and his fists lingered with golden light, and instantly greeted him. Bang bang bang! Everyone could not see the two figures at all, and could only hear the sound of fists colliding. Chapter 1204. Boom! Suddenly, a breath exploded with two people at the center. In an instant, the mountain shook, the trees flew, and the mountain not far away also began to landslide, stirring up bursts of dust. This kind of movement is like a sudden earthquake. Many people watching the lively on the top of the mountain were all startled by this terrifying movement. Marquis Wu is Marquis Wu, this movement is too scary. I think we should stay away from it, and we will be unlucky if it doesn't spread to us in time. Many people began to hide in the distance, for fear of being affected. From the center of the terrifying explosion, a figure flew out and then fell to the ground. It was the old man with the grey beard. I saw the old man's face was pale, and there was a trace of blood on the corner of his mouth, obviously injured. When the smoke cleared, Ding Dabu stood in the same place with a calm expression. You either get out or die, there are two ways. Ding Dao glanced at Luo Jinzuo and other people in the Mobei martial arts world, and said indifferently. Sweeping by Ding Dao's eyes, many people in the Mobei martial arts world began to retreat. They didn't expect that Ding Dao's strength was so powerful, and he was already in the realm of Marquis. Don't be afraid, everyone, this Ding is not in the realm of Marquis, and he has only just stepped into it. As long as we join forces, we will definitely be able to defeat him. Let's go together. The grey-bearded old man said. Okay, let's go together. Rajinzo nodded. Seeing Luo Jinzuo's words, those Zongmen families in the Mobei martial arts world could only rush up to the scalp. Kill. Seeing this, Ding Buer waved his arms. The people from the Valley of the Wicked and Shadowless Villa and Medicine God Valley also swarmed up. Hundreds of people on both sides scuffled together in an instant. As a Wuzong, Ding Dao was especially taken care of. The old man brought 4 half-step Wuhao masters to encircle and suppress Ding Dao. Although Ding Dao was a marquis, he could only cope with 5 half-step marquis or even more powerful people. Luo Jinzuo saw that Ding was not too entangled, so he led someone to rush towards the Valley of the Wicked. He wants to arrest David and avenge his nephew. Just when Luo Jinzuo was leading people towards the Valley of the Wicked, Ding Buer directly blocked Luo Jinzuo's way. Humph, if you want to break in, pass me first. Ding Buer's whole body was full of energy. Looking at Ding Buer, Luo Jinzuo said with cold eyes, I can't beat that Ding, but I can't beat you? Since you want to court death, I will fulfill you. Then try it out and see who gets it right. Ding Buer was full of anger. The tone is not small, but I don't know if your strength is stronger than your elder brother. Jin Yuan mocked. You will find out if you try it. Before the sound fell, Ding Buer had already rushed up, and then slapped Luo Jinzuo's chest with a palm. Good job. Seeing this, Luo Jinzuo smiled coldly, and shot it with the same palm. Boom! With a muffled sound, the palms of the two slammed together firmly. A strong air wave quickly spread out from the place where the two fought. The two groaned, and each took 3 steps back. This palm is evenly matched. Luo Jinzuo and Ding Buer, both half-step Wuhao, were evenly matched under this palm. Although your strength is not as good as your eldest brother's, it's not bad, but it's not that easy to kill me. Luo Jinzuo looked at Ding Buer coldly. Try it. Ding Buer's killing intent rose, I will kill you today. You are so loud. Luo Jinzuo was also furious. The eagle spreads its wings. The voice fell, and Ding Buer's body flew up like an eagle. A condescending claw grabbed at Luo Jinzuo. Ding Buer's speed was extremely fast, and a white air stream could even be seen behind him. Chapter 1205. Chi Chi Chi. The iron claws cut through the air, with the terrifying sound of breaking the wind. Everyone watched this scene, and there was no doubt that if this claw was caught, there would definitely be 5 blood holes on the top of Luo Jinzuo's head. The wind blows the clouds. Luo Jinzuo slapped the opponent with a terrifying palm wind, with 1 mistake and 1 point. Ho! The wind howled, and suddenly there was a gust of wind. It felt as if it could blow away all the clouds in the sky. Incomparably domineering, incomparably fierce. Neither of the two kept their hands, and they all used their lifelong skills. An incomparably terrifying aura surged over the two of them. At this time, anyone who is careless may lose their lives. Boo! A soft sound. The strong wind hit Ding Buer's claws. The huge force directly caused Ding Buer's body to fly out. After Ding Buer's figure flew out, he circled in the air, and then walked towards Luo Jinzuo again. Broken Mountain Palm. Ding Buer shouted loudly when he was in the air, and then waved his palms in front of him. Stab it! Several almost transparent palm winds flew towards Luo Jinzuo. This palm wind has a terrifying edge, and when it cuts through the air, it also emits a piercing scream. In the blink of an eye, Zhang Feng crossed a distance of 4 or 5 meters and flew to Luo Jinzuo's chest. This Ding Buer is really getting better and better. This palm, I'm afraid it can shoot off a mountain, right? As the name suggests, broken mountain palm is so terrifying. It's too powerful. Seeing this scene, everyone watching the mountain widened their eyes full of shock. You must know that the 4 villains in the Valley of the Villains have not taken action for a long time. Now everyone sees Ding Buer's strength, and it has also improved a lot. Luo Jinzuo looked at Ding Buer and shot it with another palm. The white air wave, like a wave, slammed into the palm wind. Puff puff. With a few soft sounds, the air wave and the palm wind collided together, and they both disappeared. Ding Buer changed his moves very quickly. As soon as his body fell to the ground, his heels stomped on the ground, and his body suddenly rushed towards Luo Jinzuo like a cannonball. Judging from Ding Buer's speed, he didn't look like an old man who was over 60 years old. Breaking soul palm. Ding Buer let out a loud drink, and there seemed to be a black smoke covering his body. His hand also turned pitch black, looking like a ghost, extremely terrifying. Humph, Ding Buer, you villains have always claimed that you have never practiced evil exercises, not evil cultivators. Are you revealing your secrets today? You are not evil, what is it? You are all evil cultivators in the Valley of Evil. Today, I destroy your Valley of Evil, and I will also eliminate harm for the martial arts world. Seeing Ding Buer's broken soul palm, Luo Jinzuo yelled loudly. Fkuk your mother Fkuker, this is a trick I've been practicing for many years, how it became an evil art, today I'll let you see if my soul-breaking palm is an evil art. Ding Buer cursed at Luo Jinzuo. None of the 4 villains is easy to provoke. Although they are not young, they like to scold people. And this soul-breaking palm is Ding Buer's unique trick. Broken soul palm is extremely difficult to practice, both hands have been soaked with poison. Not only powerful, but also extremely poisonous. Broken soul palm, one move to break the soul, hence the name. However, this soul-breaking palm is not an evil art, and Ding Buer is even less an evil cultivator. If the Valley of the Wicked were all evil cultivators, how could the resources in the valley be exhausted, and everyone's cultivation slowed down a lot? Evil cultivators can absorb the energy of ordinary people, or the energy of warriors, so as long as there are people there, it is impossible to say that there is a shortage of cultivation resources. Obviously, the Valley of the Wicked is not an evil cultivator, and for so many years, no one has heard that the Valley of the Wicked has harmed ordinary people. It's just that the 4 villains have weird temperaments and like to scold people, so many people call them villains, and this place is also called the Valley of the Villains. Chapter 1206. Although Luo Jinzuo showed disdain on his face, a terrifying aura erupted from his body. He could feel that Ding Buer's palm was definitely not small. Luo Jinzuo made a preemptive strike, shouted loudly, and then slammed out with a fierce palm. Whoa! Everyone's ears seemed to think of the sound of the waves, like a shocking wave hitting the table, with a majestic momentum. Boom! The palms of the two collided again. To even fight with my soul-breaking palm, you are courting death. Ding Buer shouted angrily. When Ding Buer saw that Luo Jinzuo was fighting recklessly with him, a hint of pride flashed on his face. His soul-breaking palm is highly poisonous, and the palm wind is full of poisonous gas. This Luo Jinzuo followed his palms, that is to find his own way. But soon, Ding Buer was surprised to find that Luo Jinzuo's palm had a 3-dimensional force. A heavy is stronger than a heavy. The first weight instantly offset his palm strength. The second level is to directly force the poison gas back. The third actually invaded the tendons of his arm, and then exploded. Boom! A bang! Ding Buer's arm instantly turned black. The powerful force blasted his whole body out. Puff! While the man was still in the air, Ding Buer spewed out a mouthful of blood and suffered internal injuries. Ding Buer's strength is still inferior to that of Luo Jinzuo. Second brother. Ding Busy was fighting against others, and when he saw Ding Buer was injured, he rushed over and helped Ding Buer up. Fourth, I'm fine, I can't die. Ding Buer wiped the blood from the corner of his mouth. The jet black arm quickly recovered. After years of practice, Ding Buer became immune to the poison of the soul-broken palm. Second brother, let's go together, let this kid go first. Ding Busy intends to join forces with Ding Buer to depose Luo Jinzuo first. After all, the protagonist who led people to attack the Valley of the Wicked this time was Luo Jinzuo. If Rajinzo was defunct, the battle might have ended. Ding Buer nodded, and instantly the two of them walked towards Luo Jinzuo. But Luo Jinzuo also had several Luo family masters beside him, and they began to fight in an instant. On the other hand, Ding Dabu fought against 5 half-step Marquis by himself. With both hands casting Dao Dao magic, groups of purple flames surround him. And the 5 half-step Wuhao also tried their best. Everyone showed their trump cards, countless rays of light covered the sky, and a terrifying aura shrouded Ding Buday's head. Rumbling. In front of the whole Valley of the Wicked, it has become a purgatory field, with broken limbs and broken arms, blood flowing into rivers. Whether it's the Valley of the Wicked, the Shadowless Villa and the Valley of the God of Medicine, they are all desperately protecting Taniguchi. Don't let anyone rush into the Valley of the Wicked to disturb David. The war was fought from dawn to dusk. At this time, Ding Buzan, with a few experts from the Valley of the Wicked, guarded around the Demon Suppression Tower. Listening to the fighting outside, Ding Buzan became anxious early on. The third master, I don't know what happened to the boss, why don't we go out and see? A master of the Valley of the Wicked asked. No, brother said, no matter what happens, we can't leave, we must ensure Mr. Chen's safety. Ding Buzan shook his head and said. In fact, at this moment, Ding Buzan summoned more than anyone else, and almost all the masters of the Valley of the Wicked were left to him. Now the fighting outside has been from dawn to dusk, and there is still no intention to stop. Ding Buzan also wanted to know what was going on outside. But he couldn't leave. He knew that all the fighting outside was for David, who was cultivating at the moment. If he left and someone broke in, all the fighting outside would be in vain. Mr. Chen, I hope you can cultivate faster. Ding Buzan looked in the direction of the Demon Town Tower and muttered to himself. Chapter 1207. Inside the town magic tower. David had no idea what was going on outside, and in David's perception, it seemed that he had only come in for a few hours. But David has been in for 6 days. During these 6 days, David has absorbed countless spiritual energy. But there was still no change in the Danshan. If you want to break through the half-step Wuhao, I am afraid that it will take some distance. David's condensing heart art is running frantically. Fortunately, David condensing heart art is an excellent cultivation art. If it was replaced by a general technique, such a high-intensity far turn would have been too long. David's whole body, countless water mists drifted away, making the entire first-floor tower surrounded by fairy mists. These mists are all formed by the evaporation of sweat from David's body. Fortunately, this Demon Town Tower can provide David with spiritual energy, otherwise, at the consumption rate of David, even the entire spiritual stone mine would have been absorbed. The battle outside the Valley of the Wicked is still going on. The sun rises in the sky and it is a brand new day. But the rising sun shines a bloody scene. There are dead bodies all over the ground. The smell of blood could be clearly smelled from miles away. On the top of the mountain, there were not many people watching the battle. After a day and a night, the battle continued, and everyone was a little tired. There was no enthusiasm at the beginning. And both sides of the battle have reached the time of exhaustion. At this moment, they are all supported by one breath. Whether it is Ding is not 2 or Ding is not 4, they are already scarred. Zhao Liguo and Su Chongsheng were also covered in blood. However, those people in the Mobei martial arts world were not much better, and almost everyone was injured. Especially Luo Jinzuo, as the initiator, he received special care, and now the Luo family masters around Luo Jinzuo are almost dead and injured. And Luo Jinzuo himself was seriously injured, his left arm was broken and he couldn't lift it up. After such an almost desperate battle, the fighting spirit and enthusiasm of those in the Mobei martial arts world have also retreated a lot. They didn't expect that the Valley of the Wicked was so powerful, and with so many of them, they just didn't attack. Of course, the addition of Shadowless Mountain Villa and Yaishin Valley was something they didn't expect. In particular, with the addition of Yaishin Valley, the people in the Valley of the Wicked and Shadowless Villa were injured and could be healed immediately. Moreover, Su Chongsheng brought a lot of medicinal pills, which can restore physical strength in a short time. This makes the Valley of the Wicked able to resist the attacks of these people in the Mobei martial arts world. Second Master Luo, we're afraid we won't be able to enter the Valley of the Villains. Even if we do, there must be someone guarding it. The battle has been fought until now, and I haven't seen that Ding Buzan. It can be seen that he should be guarding in the valley. This time we are a bit reckless, retreat temporarily, and go back and have a long-term plan. The grey-bearded old man persuaded Luo Jinzuo. Now that the fight is obviously going on, these people in the Mobei martial arts world are going to suffer. After all, these people have no intention of fighting, and some people want to escape. Especially that Fang Xingyu, who originally wanted to take this opportunity to make himself famous. As a result, the battle became more and more tragic. As soon as it was halfway through, Fang Xingyu led people away. He didn't want to let the sect he finally founded be ruined here. Luo Jinzuo looked at the already exhausted crowd, and nodded unwillingly. There was no way, Luo Jinzuo underestimated the strength of the Valley of the Wicked, and did not expect Shadowless Villa and Yaishin Valley to desperately help. Ding is not big, you remember, unless David is caught, my Luo family will never give up. When my eldest brother is out of the customs, it will be the time when your wicked valley will be destroyed. Luo Jinzuo gnashed his teeth and looked at Ding Dao. I'm waiting. Ding Dao said indifferently. Luo Jinzuo snorted coldly, turned around and left. Ding Buer wanted to chase and kill him, but was stopped by Ding Dabu's hand. Chapter 1208. Big brother, these guys are all dead ends, why don't you catch up? Ding Buer asked, very puzzled. Ding didn't speak, but after seeing Luo Jinzuo and the others walking away, he snorted and spit out a mouthful of blood. Big brother. Ding Buer quickly supported Ding Bulet and brother, are you all right? Ding Dao waved his hand, it's okay, you immediately send someone to clean up the battlefield. Also send someone to guard Taniguchi closely. Brother, are you afraid that Luo Jinzuo will come back? Ding Buer asked. Ding didn't shake his head, the Mobei martial arts world will not come back for the time being, but I can't guarantee that other sects and families will fall into the trap. I see, I'll arrange someone right away. Ding Buer nodded. Master Ding, the danger is temporarily lifted, I will take someone back first. Zhao Liguo dragged his severely injured body and said to Ding Dao. Zhao Zhuangzu, thank you for your kindness. Ding Bulet and Dao clenched his fists towards Zhao Liguo. Zhao Liguo took people away. There were dozens of people when they came, but now only a few people left. This stop at Wuying Mountain Villa can be said to have hurt the muscles and bones. Zhao Liguo also needs to rest and recuperate for a while. Master Ding, I'm going back too. The herbs and medicinal herbs I brought this time are all exhausted. I need to prepare when I go back. When I'm ready, I will order people to send all the herbs and medicinal herbs over. At this time, Su Chongsheng also followed Ding Dao's words. This time Ye Shengu had little damage to the personnel, but the herbs and medicinal herbs it brought were exhausted. It was useless for Su Chongsheng and the others to stay. After all, no matter how good a pharmacist is, it's hard to beat the cook without rice. Elder Su, take care all the way. Ding Buletendao clenched his fists towards Su Chongsheng. After everyone left, Ding Dabu returned to the Valley of the Wicked. He needs to heal and cultivate as soon as possible, and now his energy is exhausted and his physical strength is exhausted. If people come again to offend the Valley of the Wicked, I am afraid that no one in the Valley of the Wicked can stop them. Damn, it's all trash. Seeing that the Valley of the Wicked can't hold it anymore, someone ran away. On the way back, Luo Jinzuo kept cursing. Many people did not show loyalty and deserted halfway, which led to the current situation. Luo Jinzuo was full of confidence, the loss was so great, and he fought with the villain Gu. Now it's down to where it is now. There is no other way, but to wait for Luo Jinyu, the head of the Luo family, to leave the customs. Second Master, we are just fighting in the Valley of the Wicked. It's really a bit reckless. Almost all of us are injured now. At this time, if the sect family in Kyoto wants to deal with us, we are afraid that we don't even have the strength to fight back. Beside Luo Jinzuo, the only two servants of the Luo family said. At this stop, the Luo family also suffered serious losses, and no one from the other sect families tried their best to preserve their strength. Like Fang Xingyu of the Xingyu Emin, he took people away halfway through. No fighting spirit at all, no desperate look. On the other side of the Valley of the Wicked, everyone has high fighting spirit and is not afraid of life and death. These people have a single belief that they cannot let any enemy rush into the Valley of the Wicked. In this way, the Mobei martial arts world, which had an advantage in its original strength, was finally defeated. Our Luo family follows the Kyoto martial arts world and has no festivals, who would target us at this time? Don't worry, the thin and dead camel is bigger than the horse, even now, not just a sect family can bully us. Rajanzo comforted his men. But as soon as the voice finished speaking, they saw a dozen people wearing black tights and covering their faces appear in front of them. Luo Jinzuo was stunned for a moment, but he did not expect that there would be robbery in places like Kyoto. Although Luo Jinzuo is also seriously injured now, but to deal with a group of ordinary people blocking the road and robbing, it is also easy to catch. Chapter 1209. Who are you? Get out of here if you know each other, don't seek death. Luo Jinzuo roared at the dozen or so men in black. But who knew that the dozen or so men in black were not in a hurry, but instead smiled. Second Master Luo, we have been waiting for you here for a long time. Wait for me? What are you waiting for? Rajanzo was puzzled. Wait for you, of course I'm going to kill you. A man in black laughed. This brother, our Luo family has no grievances or enmity with you. What are you killing me for? If you have any difficulties, tell me at any time, and I will send someone to send you a lot of money. Seeing the other party's unhurried appearance, Luo Jinzuo knew in his heart that he had encountered a hard stubble. I said, we don't want money, we want your life. After the man in black finished speaking, he shot directly at Luo Jinzuo. The other men in black also moved towards the servants of the Luo family. For a time, Luo Jinzuo, who had just passed the battle, was attacked again. Soon, all the servants of the Luo family were killed and injured, and only Luo Jinzuo was left to support. In the end, Rajanzo was kicked away and fell heavily to the ground. An extremely sharp knife fell on Luo Jinzuo's neck. Luo Jinzuo is also a man. Facing death, he did not beg for mercy, but looked at the man in black coldly. Who are you? Even if you want to kill me, you have to let me die clearly and know who is in the hands of death. My Luo family has no enmity with the Kyoto martial arts world. Rajanzo is still wondering who was going to kill him. Could it be that the Valley of the Wicked is catching up? Luo Jinzuo calculated in his heart, but quickly rejected the idea. The Valley of the Wicked has also suffered a great blow, and may not be able to free up manpower to pursue them. If you are from the Valley of the Wicked, you don't have to wear it so carefully, and there is a hood on your head. Since you want to know, let me tell you. At this time, a young man walked out from the side with a folding fan in his hand. Young Master Ning. Luo Jinzuo was stunned when he saw the young man walking out. Because the person here is none other than Ning Ji. Young Master Ning, what the H3LL is going on? Luo Jinzuo asked in surprise. After all, he came here to find David, and followed the Valley of the Wicked, all because of Ning Ji. Now that Ning Ji suddenly appeared here, Luo Jinzuo frowned. It's okay, what I want to tell you is that it's me who wants to kill you. Ning Ji smiled lightly. Luo Jinzuo looked at Ning Ji incredulously. Why do you want to kill me? We don't seem to have any grudges. Luo Jinzuo couldn't understand why Ning Ji wanted to kill him. There is no reason, because your nephew Luo Xiang was not killed by David, but me. I just want to use the hands of your Luo family to kill that David. I didn't expect your Luo family to be so useless, it's just trash. Since it is waste, there is no need to live. Ning Ji grinned wickedly. And Luo Jinzuo's eyes widened, and his face became red with anger. He didn't expect that he would be tricked by Ning's Higai. The entire Luo family, and even the entire Mobei martial arts world, paid so much. In the end it was a trap. You are too despicable, shameless. Luo Jinzuo stared at Ning Ji and gritted his teeth. Whether I am despicable or shameless, it doesn't matter anymore, the important thing is that you are going to die soon. Ning Ji smiled slightly, and then ordered, do it. A cold light flashed, and Luo Jinzuo's neck spurted blood instantly. Until there was no life, Luo Jinzuo's eyes were still wide open, and he couldn't rest his eyes. Looking at Luo Jinzuo who was dead, Ning Ji raised his mouth, let's go to the Valley of the Wicked. Chapter 1210. In the Valley of the Wicked. Ding Buyu is adjusting his breath, intending to cultivate and recuperate. On the other hand, Ding Buer led people to clean up the battlefield, and then strengthened the defense of the Valley of the Wicked. Ding Busy was seriously injured, and was in his room, with thick gauze wrapped around his legs. In the entire Valley of the Wicked, almost everyone was injured. Only Ding Buzan, guarding the Demon Town Tower, and a few masters from the Valley of the Wicked were left intact. Just when Ding Bulet and Dao sat down cross-legged and was about to recuperate, suddenly several terrifying breaths came from outside the valley. Ding Buletin's heart trembled, and then the whole person jumped up. And at this moment, in the Wicked Valley Taniguchi, Ding Buer is confronting the people brought by Ning Ji. Who are you? Get out of the Valley of the Wicked! Ding Buer reprimanded loudly. Ning Ji held a folding fan and looked at Ding Buer with disdain. If it was the Valley of the Wicked that didn't have the spirit of war, Ning Ji wouldn't dare to ignore the four wicked men like that. But now, the Valley of the Wicked is nothing but a giant who has long since collapsed. With just a slight push, it will collapse. I'm here to find David. As long as you wicked people hand over David, then I'll leave right away. If you don't pay. Ning Ji raised the corner of his mouth, and then pointed the folding fan to the side. Rumbling. A boulder shattered and turned into slag. Ding Buer's face became very ugly, it was impossible for David and the others to hand it over. Otherwise, I wouldn't follow the Luo family to fight to the death. Who the H3LL are you? I don't know the David you are talking about. Ding Buer can only pretend not to know now. With the current strength of the Valley of the Wicked, I am afraid that it will no longer be able to resist the next attack. Ha ha ha, when did the four villains in the Valley of the Villains start to pretend to be crazy and sell stupid? Then David is obviously in the valley. Are you lying here saying you don't know, are you lying to children? Ning Ji laughed, his face full of ridicule. Ding Fu was so angry that he would yell at him when he opened his mouth. But thinking about the current situation in the Valley of the Wicked, I finally held back. Young Master Ning, how many people are you bringing with you, what are you doing here in the Valley of the Wicked? At this time, Ding Dabu walked out of the valley. He recognized Ning Ji at a glance. The Ning family was one of the best sect families in Kyoto. Master Dinggu, I just want to take David away, no other intentions. Ning Ji said lightly, as long as you hand over David, I'll leave right away. Impossible. Ding Dabu said and refused. If that's the case, don't blame me for being rude. Ning Ji instantly burst out with murderous intent. Humph, don't treat me as a soft persimmon. Ding didn't finish speaking, and his body began to flash, and his breath continued to rise. Ha ha ha, stop pretending, you are seriously injured now, but it's just the end of the shot. I want to deal with you, just wave my hand. Ning Ji laughed when he saw Ding Buleten Da's pretentious look. Is it the end of the shot? Then try it. On the palm of Ding Daodao's hand, rays of light began to flicker. Immediately afterwards, a ray of light went straight to Ning Ji. Boom! With a loud bang, Ning Ji's face changed, and then his figure retreated again and again. After all, Ding is not big but Marquis Wu, even if he is injured, this blow should not be underestimated. Ning Ji was repelled, and his face became extremely cold. If that's the case, don't blame me. After speaking, Ning Ji waved his hand, give it all to me. The experts brought by Ning Ji rushed forward. The three half-step Wuhao masters are not big enough to directly confront Shang Ding. And Ding didn't bring up his true anger, and gritted his teeth to resist. The wound on Ding Dabu's body kept bursting, and blood flowed, dyeing Ding Dabu's whole body red. And the Valley of the Wicked made people even more miserable, and was already exhausted. Now encountering this situation again, it has become a one-sided slaughter.